Hi everyone, it's me Sanchari and welcome back to my channel Simply Sanchari. Hope you all are doing well. Nykaa's hot pink sale is around the corner and I am here to share my makeup recommendation. So this video is divided into two parts, drugstore and luxury, and probably it will be little longer than expected. So grab your snack, your drinks and your headphones, and without any more further delay, let's just jump straight into this video. Let's begin with the drugstore category, and in drugstore the first one is primer. I have got the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which is my favorite because whenever I want my makeup to be long lasting, to stay put on my skin, because I have a sweaty face. As you all know, if you have been watching my videos for a long time, you know that I have a sweaty face and I love primers that are really gripping, that keeps my base makeup in place, and this does a very good job because it has a very tacky base and it helps to grip your makeup in place. It is just like a magnet that holds your makeup and it is not going to budge anywhere. It also gives a very beautiful glossiness to your skin, and if you use any matte foundation or any type of foundation, it just looks beautiful and radiant. And e.l.f. generally goes on buy one get one or up to 20% off. So if you make up your mind, if you have your wish list ready, then you can pick any of the e.l.f. product. The next primer is my another favorite, and it's my holy grail because I use it with every foundation of mine. It's a NYX Plump Right Back Primer. This is a plumping serum plus a primer which is infused with lot of skincare benefits and electrolyte, which helps to improve your skin texture in long run. Now this primer is not as tacky as the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, but it gives you a very skin like radiance, which I absolutely love. It's lightweight, it hydrates and nourishes my skin, and also any type of foundation works with this primer, be it oil based, silicone based, water based. Every type of foundation just works fine with this primer. Even if you use a matte foundation, still this primer does a very good job to bring that radiance out of your skin. So that is the reason I have been loving it so much, and I definitely need to get a backup of this because you can see I've almost finished. Very little quantity is left, so yes, I need a backup for sure. I have one more primer to recommend. I'm talking about the Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer. This is meant for someone with extremely dry skin type. If you have a skin like Sahara Desert, you can try using this primer because it is going to provide a lot of hydration and nourishment. It has a lot of skincare benefits plus a citrus extract that is going to brighten your skin in long run. And I love to use this primer especially during winters because that is the time my skin goes extremely dry and I need a good hydration and nourishment, and this does the job for me. And this fragrance is so beautiful. It's so citrusy. It just takes me to my old childhood days, and I have left with this much amount and I need to get a backup because this baby, once it gets out of stock, I don't see it coming in stock very soon. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone with oily skin type because with the time it will get more oily and you will not love the feel of this primers. But if you are normal to dry skin, you will definitely love this primer. And Milani does have some good discount during Nykaa sale, so you can try picking any of the Milani product you have in your wish list. Coming to the foundation category, I have this foundation to recommend to you guys. It's L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. My shade in this is 330 Hazelnut, which is a lot deeper than my actual skin tone because I'm an NC42 skin and this shade is going to suit someone with NC46 skin tone. But if I just ignore the shade range we have in India, the feel, the texture of this foundation is just mind blowing. It is lightweight, it gives you medium buildable coverage. You can use it for your everyday wear. Your skin is able to breathe under this foundation and it is not going to clog your pores. It is going to suit each and every skin type, so I would highly recommend. If you get this foundation in your skin tone, please don't forget to grab it. The next foundation that I'm going to share with you guys, I always recommend in every Nykaa's pink sale. I'm talking about the Faces Canada 3-in-1 Hydra Matte Foundation that contains foundation, moisturizer and sunscreen. It has SPF of 30 and lot of skincare benefits. My shade in this is a warm sand. Now initially when I apply this foundation, it gives me some kind of white cast, maybe because of the sunscreen present in this, but with the time it oxidizes and looks beautiful because it has a beautiful olive undertone which looks good on my skin because I have a bit of olivishness going on. Now let me talk about the texture. It is absolutely lightweight. It gives you a light to medium coverage. If you want, you can totally build up the area where you need more coverage without making your face look cakey. It is extremely long wearing. I have tried using this in winters. It did not dry out or dehydrate my skin in any ways. With the time it gets little oily on my skin, but every foundation does that, so it is nothing new, but I really love how long wearing it is. I already have an in-depth review with wear test, so if you're interested, I'll mention the link below or you can find it here on the card section. Next one is Nykaa Skin Shield Anti-Pollution Foundation. My shade in this is True Toffee, which is the shade number 12. This foundation by Nykaa is specially meant for our Indian skin tone and Indian weather condition, keeping in mind because it really holds your makeup in place. It is long wearing. It gives you a beautiful coverage. You can totally use this for your everyday wear. It is not going to hamper your skin in any ways. It is not going to make your skin go dry or make your skin go flaky. Anyone can use this foundation. This is meant for each and every skin type, and if you are someone with NC42 skin, I think this shade is going to match you perfectly. This foundation by Nykaa is something went viral, and I was the last person on the earth to try out the finish of this foundation, and when I tried, I absolutely enjoyed it. The last one in foundation category is La Mer Skin Clarifying Foundation. My shade in this is 406 Sand. This contains salicylic acid, green tea extract, and also it is an oil-free foundation which is perfect for someone with oily, acne-prone, sensitive skin. You can try using this. It is non-comedogenic and it is not going to clog your pores in any ways. Now because this shade is a lot deeper than my actual skin tone, I try and mix and match with other foundation that I have in my collection, but the texture of this foundation is so lightweight. It gives you full coverage and also it is kind of sweat and water resistant. Why? Because I have used this foundation while filming the water transition reel, and I took 3 to 4 retakes, and while pouring the water I saw that this did not budge whatsoever. So also I tried it during the hot humid summer days and it did not budge, it did not melt on my sweaty face. That is why I would highly recommend this foundation, because this is something very affordable, under rupees 500 I think, and you will not get something like this in affordable range. But the shade range is something that is pathetic. You don't have enough shade for each and every skin tone. I think this shade is going to suit someone with NC 44 to 46 skin tone. Either use a blue corrector to neutralize the shade, or use a white foundation to lighten the shade, so that way I use this foundation and make it to my skin color. Otherwise it's something I have been recommending in every Nykaa sale, and this is something I always reach out to whenever I want to go out in hot, humid, prickly summer days. So that is the time I always use this foundation. Coming to the concealer category, the first one is Swiss Beauty High On Cover Liquid Concealer. It is the newest launch. I have already reviewed this on my channel. If you are interested for more in-depth review, please head on to my description box for more details. The shade I picked up for myself is 2.5, which is actually 2 shades lighter than my actual skin tone. So I use it as my brightening concealer. It has a neutral undertone, and I noticed that it does not turn grey or ashy wherever I have used it on my skin. The texture is absolutely lightweight. It is hydrating. It does not dry out too soon. It gives you its own play time. Like you can take as much time you want to blend out the product, and still it is not going to leave those patchy marks once it is dried out. And I have noticed that it is a crease proof concealer because it did not settle in any of my fine lines, as I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes, and it did not settle into those. I feel the quality of this concealer is much more high end than their OG liquid concealer, and I would highly recommend this concealer to all of you. But the shade range is really very bad. They just have 6 to 7 shades if I'm not wrong. I wish Swiss Beauty come up with more shade range so that every skin tone will have their perfect match, because sometimes when I don't like to use a foundation, I go with the concealer to concealer areas where I want to hide those blemishes and darkness. So for that reason I need a concealer matching my skin tone, and for that reason I would request Swiss Beauty to please extend your shade range in this concealer, because this concealer is beautiful. It's mind-blowing. The last one in concealer category is e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. My shade is medium beige. I absolutely love this concealer. It's hydrating, it's full coverage, and it does not dry out your skin in any ways. It does not settle in any of your fine lines, and I have been recommending it in every video of mine. If you don't like to go for that matte full coverage, if you have dry under eyes, you can try using this concealer. You will really love the feel of it. Next category we have is compact powder and loose powder. The first one is Rimmel Matte Perfection Silky Loose Powder in the shade Translucent, and this also I recommend in every Nykaa sale video. I have been using this powder for ages, and I think it is meant for my skin type. I have a dry and matured skin, and I always reach out to this powder. Though I have a lot of loose powder in my collection, I always come back to this. Now, because this is a translucent powder, it does not add any color, it does not provide any white cast or any kind of flashback whatsoever. I even noticed that it nicely blurs my imperfection. If I have a lot of pores going on, it blurs that area, mattifies that area. You can even bake with this, you can even set your face completely with this, and it is not going to suck the moisture, the hydration out of your face. It is absolutely finely milled powder, and it is very lightweight, and that is the reason I always go back to this. And in compact powder, I would like to recommend the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Mattifying Powder. My shade in this is Tan, and it is very much similar to Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. If you cannot get your hands on that because it's extremely pricey, you can try using this. Now, this is my absolute holy grail when it comes to compact powder. I have so many compact powder, but I always reach out to this because of its texture, because of its formulation. It's absolutely lightweight. It mattifies my skin and blurs out my pores to an extent. And whenever I feel that I have used a lighter foundation which looks gray in certain area, this saves my day. This adds some pigment, though it does not have a lot of coverage. Still, it saves my day. So that is the reason I love using this powder. It's very lightweight, it's finely milled, and it just gives you an airbrushed look. That is what I want to say. So if you cannot afford the Charlotte Tilbury one, you can definitely grab your hands on this. NYX also goes on good discount when on Nykaa sale, so I would love to recommend this powder. If you want to try anything else from NYX, you can go and get your hands on that. Now, coming to the blush and cheek tint category, the first one is Swiss Beauty Cheek It Up Blush. This is my absolute favorite blush. It's in the shade Buffed with Roses. As the name says, it is a beautiful terracotta rosy shade. This is how the shade looks like, and it's going to suit each and every skin tone. That is what I feel. If you are deeper than my skin tone, still you can go ahead and use this shade. You can see there is little bit of a dewiness. It is just the blush, but once you blend it out on your skin, it gives you beautiful soft matte or satin matte kind of finish. It is packed with pigments, so you need very tiny dot, and you just blend it out with your finger, with your brush, with your sponge, whichever tool, or if you are comfortable with your finger, you can blend it out and you are done. And on your bare skin also, it looks as beautiful as it looks with makeup on. So definitely I would love to suggest this blush to all of you if you're looking out for a good cream blush that is extremely long wearing. I can use this on my lips also, but I don't, so you can use it in multiple ways if you want to. Next cream blush is LA Girl Soft Matte Blush. This is in the shade Blissful. It's a beautiful terracotta shade. Let me just give you a swatch. Just look at it. It's very pigmented. You just need very tiny dot and it blends beautifully with any tool, even with your fingers. And it does contain some mild fragrance which is not too overpowering. It just settles down with the time. But I really love the blush because it's extremely long wearing. For 7-8 hours it does not budge, and this is one of my favorite. If you are my skin tone, deeper than my skin tone, or even medium skin tone, this blush is going to look beautiful on your skin. Next blush is from Inside Cosmetics. It is their cheek tint blush in the shade Watermelon Popsicle. This retails under rupees 150 but has a quality of high-end makeup. It is a gel formulation, lightweight, very pigmented. This is how the shade Watermelon Popsicle looks on my skin. It is going to suit each and every skin type. You just have to go with very little amount, just one dot, blend it out. If you think you need more product, you can build up very easily. It does not get patchy whatsoever, and it is hell long wearing. It stayed on my skin for 10 plus hours. When I came back home, looked into the mirror, the blush was still visible, though it faded with time, but it was still there. So I would highly recommend this blush to all of you. It is not going to burn a hole in your pocket just because of the price, and also it leaves a beautiful tint behind. So if you are planning to use it as your lip tint, you can even go ahead and do that. Next and the last one in blush category is La Mer BB blush in the shade Tea Rose. I think they have introduced more shades, so if you don't find this shade suitable for your skin tone, you can try opting for other shade. But the formulation is extremely beautiful. It is gel-like, it is pigmented, and once it sets, it is not going to move anywhere. I feel it has a little bit of satiny feel because whenever I have applied this blush, it gives a little bit of radiance to my skin. This is how the shade Tea Rose looks like. It's a beautiful neutral tone, corally pink blush. That is what I feel, because whenever I have used this blush, I feel the color changes every time. I'm very bad in explaining the color and the shade, so I will give you a close-up how actually it looks like. You can decide for yourself what actually the color itself is. I would highly recommend this blush to all of you if you are looking out for a good lightweight cream blush that suits every skin type. This is it. Now coming to the eye makeup, I would like to recommend these Swiss Beauty holographic eyeliners, which went viral when it got launched. I have all the 5 shades with me, and these are very creamy, very pigmented. It does not tug or pull your skin in any ways. It does not crack, it does not fade. It is transfer proof, smudge proof, sweat proof, budge proof, waterproof, everything proof it is. And if you like dramatic eye look, if you like chrome eyeshadows, you can try having this in your collection. This is a must have and must try product. Next are these Mars Northern Lights in a pan. When they launched these, I was on cloud 9 because I never imagined an affordable brand like Mars can come up with such beautiful formulation, because these perform high end. Let me just give you a swatch, you guys. I have all the shades and reviewed these on my channel. If you're interested for more in-depth review with swatches and how actually it looks, then you should head on to my channel. So these are the 3 shades I have with me, and just look how beautiful it changes its color when the light hits from different angle. My phone camera is not doing any justice, but I think it's something really very difficult to create. I know it's pricey, somewhere around rupees 449 or 499, but these are really difficult to make, you guys, but they perform so high end. If you want to bring out the color more on your eyelids, I would highly recommend having a dark base, preferably a black base, because on black base the color will look more stunning and more vibrant. Now when Mars launched their Northern Lights in a Pan multichrome eyeshadow, I requested Mars in one of my videos, please come up in a liquid form, and finally they did. These are the Mars Northern Lights liquid eyeshadow, and I think I have the shade Grenadic Gleam. It's a beautiful shade, you guys. Oh my god, just look how beautiful it looks. I'm not able to show you the shift, but it's a beautiful pink to green to gold. as many colors as you want to count it has in it. It's so soft, so smooth to apply. It does not crack, it does not settle in your lines. If you have any lines on your eyelid, it does not settle into that. It is smudge proof, budge proof, waterproof, transfer proof, and it is very, very lightweight. So I would highly recommend both of these. You can either get one of these as per your needs and your preference. The last one in eye makeup category are these Swiss Beauty Luster eyeshadow palettes. I have two variants with me. You total get 4 variants. This one is Nude Addict, wherein you get 2 mattes and 2 shimmers, and this one is Party All Night. It is all shimmer eyeshadow palette. I especially love this, green and this black shade. Oh my god, it's to die for. The formulation is really very different of these eyeshadow. These are creamy putty like formulation, but they are extremely pigmented, and if you love that one and done eye look, then you can grab any of these eyeshadow. If you are heading out in a hurry, you can just use any of the eyeshadow, tap tap tap, and it's done. Because these are very pigmented, there are no fallouts whatsoever, easily available. It comes under rupees 200 when on discount. So I would highly recommend this eyeshadow palettes to you guys. I was really shocked when Swiss Beauty came up with such formulation. That was never expected from Swiss Beauty. They are really, amping up their makeup game. So yes, definitely you should have one of these, and if you already have, then you can skip this part. Now talking about the contour and bronzer category, the first one is Forever 52 Flourish Cream Contour in the shade 02. They have only 2 shades in this, and this is the darkest shade for someone with medium tan and dusky skin tone. Let me just give you a swatch. This is a perfect contour shade because it is a cool undertone, and whenever you want to contour your skin, you should have a cool undertone in your contour. That is when it is going to give shadows, and that is when it is going to chisel your face. Now everything is good about this contour. It is creamy, it blends easily, it does not leave any patchiness, it does not tug and pull my cheek, it does not lift my base makeup, all of that good stuff. But the only drawback is the packaging. It comes in this kind of sponge tip applicator, which I've already said the packaging is an exact dupe to Charlotte Tilbury, but there is a mechanism like on and off thing. When I'm on the rush and I'm in hurry, this thing doesn't work for me. It comes off entirely. It has happened with me multiple times, so I don't like this kind of packaging. I would have preferred if they would have come with LA Girl kind of thing, which has a brush tip applicator. That is more convenient and more feasible that way. Otherwise, it's a good product. I think it is under rupees 1000, but it can come down to more affordable price when on discount. The shade on the other hand is really pretty, and it is going to suit someone with medium tan and dusky skin tone. For more deeper skin tone, I think it is not going to show up that much well, but yes, for these 3 skin categories, it is definitely going to work. And in the bronzer category, I have this cream bronzer, which is e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer in the shade Sun Chaser. Let me just give you a swatch how exactly it looks like. So this is the shade, and it's very, very creamy, you guys. But whenever you are using these type of bronzer, I would recommend using a stiff, dense brush for blending, because if you use your sponge, it takes a lot of effort to blend it out. Now you can see that it has a little bit of sheen, which once translates on your skin, it gives you a very sun-kissed glow, which I absolutely love. If you want, you can get this product or skip, but I would recommend this. If you have light to medium skin tone, it is going to work for you, but even on my NC42 skin, this look absolutely beautiful. Coming to the makeup setting spray category, the first one is Milani Make It Last Makeup Setting Spray. This you can use it to either prime or set your face, and it is very much similar to Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Makeup Fixer. Whenever I want to lock the moisture in place, I use this as a primer to lock in all the oils, as this will act as a barrier. Also, I use this in between to set my cream products in place, and lastly, I use this to set everything everything in place, and that is when it melts down all the powderness. It gives you a very natural finish. It says it is going to give you 16 hours of long wearing makeup. I have not used it for that long, but for 10 to 11 hours I have used this makeup fixer, and it did make my makeup stay in place for that long. It is a 60 ml bottle, and this is my third bottle because I love it very much. And if you're looking out for one such makeup fixer that fixes your makeup without melting down your makeup, without shifting your makeup from left to right, I think you should try the Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Misting Spray. It is a 150 ml bottle which is infused with aloe vera and vitamin E. I have even compared this side by side to Mars Seal the Deal makeup fixer, and this did a very great job. It has ultra fine mist, but you will really have to keep it at a distance, because if you keep it very close then it is going to give you very harsh spray. You just need 2 to 3 spritz of this, and it is going to lock the makeup in place, and it will ensure that your makeup is not shifted from left to right. I have been enjoying this makeup setting spray a lot because this was viral. This was talk of the town when it got launched, and now I know why this is such a hype product, why everyone is talking about this makeup fixer. So you really have to try this out, and this is one such makeup fixer that I would highly recommend this Nykaa's Hot Pink sale. We have come to the last category of drugstore makeup, and I am going to talk about some lip treatments and lipstick. The first one is Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Berry. This is one of my favorite, and if you want something heavy duty for your lips that repairs your lips, then you should try out this, because sometimes Laneige either goes on some good discount or you can get buy one get one. So it all depends on Nykaa what they have to offer during that sale. I love to use this especially at night to repair my lips, to provide a lot of hydration, because next morning when I wake up it makes my lips smoother and softer. The flakiness just disappears. Cracks that happens with the lipstick I wear just repairs by itself. It rejuvenates my lips. It just adds a lot of hydration and nourishment to my lips. So this is one such product that is my absolute holy grail, and this can not replace any lip oils or anything in the world. If you're looking out for good lip liners, I would love to recommend and suggest this Swiss Beauty Bold Matte Lip Liners. This either comes in set of 12 or you can either get them in single. So I did get a set of 12. So I have been using it for ages now. I really love the formulation. It's creamy, it's smooth, it's buttery, it's pigmented. It does its job very well, and also you get enough product. This is not a retractable packaging by any means. It comes in this pencil format wherein you have to sharpen it out, but it does a very great job. If you are a matte lipstick lover but it should be lightweight and feels velvety on the lips, you can try the Mars Pop Star Mousse lipstick. This I have already reviewed on my channel. I've reviewed 3 shades catering to tan and dusky skin tone. You can have a look in the description box if you are looking out for swatches with and without makeup, how actually it looks on my skin. The shade I have with me is Rock On. It's a beautiful burnt orange rusty shade with brown undertone, and it is going to suit every skin tone. The formulation is matte, but it feels absolutely velvety, lightweight on the lips. It even blurs your lips if you have a lot of lip lines. If you are eating or drinking anything, definitely it is going to come off from the inner part of your lips, but it does not come off completely. It still leaves some tint behind, which you can retouch up whenever you want to. And if you're a creamy lipstick kind of person, then I would highly recommend this Swiss Beauty High On Shine lipstick, which is their newest launch. The shade I have with me is Rich Rose, and it's a beautiful rosy brown kind of shade that is going to look beautiful on medium tan skin tone. And this looks beautiful even on my bare skin with and without makeup. I just need a little bit of lip liner and that is it. I can go out of the house with just this lipstick. Formulation is very creamy, nourishing, lightweight. It adds a beautiful shine, though it does not contain any shimmer or glitter particles whatsoever. and I can compare it to Revlon Super Lustrous Lipsticks. I think Swiss Beauty have done a great job when it comes to their formulation, when it comes to their lipsticks. And the last one in lipstick category is the Mars Candylicious Lip Gloss. How can I forget this baby? It's such beautiful formulation. Oh my god, these are sheer lip glosses which you can use it as a topper or on its own, and few of the shades have tiny shimmer particles which adds a little bit of more shine, but the glossiness, oh my god, is to die for. They have total of I think 12 shades if I'm not wrong, and I have reviewed 4 to 5 shades on my channel. This is a must have because it's non-sticky formulation, it's lightweight, hydrating, nourishing, and it is easily available. Retails for ₹249, but I think now in Nykaa sale you can avail this at much lesser price. So this is something I would highly recommend. If you don't get any of these items from this my today's recommendation, I would suggest get these lip glosses. These are must have in your collection. Now let's move on to the luxury makeup category. So let's start with the foundation. The first one is Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Praline. If you are NC42 skin, this shade is going to match you perfectly. I can never go wrong with this foundation because it is meant for all skin type. This is oil-free foundation that has hyaluronic acid that is going to add moisture and even nourishment to your skin. It has alpine rose. I don't know what it is supposed to do to your skin, but if I talk about the foundation's formulation, this is mind-blowing. You can use it for your everyday wear, for any occasion, for weddings, for on your brides, on special events. This foundation can never go wrong, and I would highly recommend getting this foundation for you guys. And the last foundation in luxury makeup category is Estee Lauder Stay in Place Double Wear Foundation. My shade is 4W1 Honey Bronze. This also has SPF of 10. Now let me tell you, I recently picked up this foundation from Cult because I was eyeing this for the longest time. I wanted to see what's the hype is all about. And when I got it, tried it on myself, this deserves all the hype, you guys. I know now why it is such a loved product. I have a sweaty face. If you have seen my foundation review, you know how much I sweat, but this foundation saved my day because it just did not melt down my makeup. It did not melt down my foundation whatsoever. I can say it is sweat proof and waterproof to an extent, and whenever I want my foundation to stay in place in hot summer days in India, this foundation is a must try. It has a lightweight texture, absolutely super blendable, does not feel heavy at all. It is perfect for each and every skin type. Even if you're dry skin like me, extremely dry skin, still you can go ahead and use this foundation because I think Estee Lauder has changed the formulation and they did it for our better. Now in concealer category, I have this Too Faced Born This Way multi-sculpting concealer in the shade Warm Sand. This is 1 to 2 shades deeper than my actual skin tone, so I use it as my color correction, and on days when I don't want to use any foundation, I use it on the areas when I want to conceal and hide some imperfection and I'm out of the door after powdering my face. This is hell long wearing, you guys, and the ingredient list remains the same as compared to the foundation. It comes with this chubby doe foot applicator. Just look at the size of the concealer. It gives you a beautiful full coverage without stripping the moisture out of your face, and it does not crease on me whatsoever. Feels absolutely lightweight, and it does not turn patchy or tug or pull my skin in any way, and that is why it's my favorite. And if you are looking out for something very long wearing, you can try this. And the last one in luxury concealer category is Huda Beauty 4 Filter Liquid Concealer in the shade Toasted Almond. Initially when I received this concealer, or I can say when I picked up this concealer, I did not like it, but when I started using it continuously, I fell in love with this concealer. It's so hydrating and lightweight, it does not crease on me, and the shade is such a beautiful shade that I can use it to color correct and cancel out any kind of blemishes on my skin. It says it has a beautiful warm golden undertone, but I can see a bit of olivishness, which is a added benefit when it comes to my olivey skin tone. So that is why this is my favorite, and you can see the condition of my concealer. I am using it to and fro, back to back. That is why it is such in bad state. Just imagine how much I love this concealer. So I would highly recommend this concealer. It is suitable for all skin types. Even if you have dry under eyes, still you can use it. Just prep your under eyes really very well and you are done. Now coming to the luxury bronzer category, the first one is Too Faced Natural Chocolate Bronzer in the shade Caramel Cocoa. I recently picked up and fell in love with it instantly. It also has a mirror. Just look at the shade. It's perfect for someone with NC 42 to 43 skin. Even if you are NC 40, it is going to look beautiful. And the fragrance, oh my god, I again started feeling hungry. And it adds a beautiful sheen. Like in winters, if I want to go for a very bronzy, a very sun-kissed look, I can achieve this with this bronzer. You just need very tiny amount. There is no fallout, there is no kickback on the pan. It is very smooth to touch and it is beautiful, you guys. So yes, I would highly recommend picking this up for yourself if you are of my skin tone. Next one is from Nude Sticks. It is their matte bronzer in the shade Deep Maple 8. This is how the bronzer looks on my skin. It has a red undertone and this is a multi-purpose stick that you can use it on your cheek as a blush, as your bronzer, as your lid shade, or as your lip shade. So you can just carry this one product when you are traveling and it is going to serve all the purpose. It is creamy, it blends easily, it feels lightweight, it does not turn patchy, it does not tug or pull your cheeks, and it is very long wearing. For 7-8 hours it stays on your skin. So if you are close to my skin tone, this shade is going to work for you if you like red undertone in your bronzer. Nude Sticks does have some good discounts, say for 20 to 30%, sometimes even 40% off, so you can pick up these matte bronzers during that time. It is not very matte flat kind of bronzer, but it is a very soft matte kind of finish which it provides, and I absolutely love the formulation of these bronzers. Now coming to the setting spray in luxury makeup is the Benefit Professional Super Setter Setting Spray. This is a just setting spray that is going to keep your makeup long lasting in place. It is going to set the makeup, it is going to melt down all the powderiness. Spray is so fine, it is an ultra fine setting mist that gives you an even spray all over your face. I have been using this for the longest time. This is my second bottle. You even get a mini size in this, so if you're not sure how it will work for your skin type, then you can opt for a mini size. Though I can say it is suitable for all skin types. Even if you have oily, acne prone skin, still it is going to work better because it is infused with some skincare benefit. It is going to add some hydration to your skin as well. Because I am a dry skin type, I always reach out to this whenever I want to keep my makeup in place, in like long lasting. If I'm going if I'm attending any event, any wedding, if any concert, I always use this setting spray. Or if you don't want to get these, you can even get the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. You even get a mini size in this and another variant in this, but the OG formulation is something I would always prefer to have. I almost finished this, nothing is left, but still I have a backup of this because I love it so much. It has a high alcohol content, ensures that your makeup is in place. So if you have an extremely dry skin, I would say you can stay out of this and you can opt for this. Coming to the skin tint category, I just have one product to recommend you guys, and it's Smashbox Hello Healthy All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. My shade in this is medium. I also have the shade tan, which runs pretty dark on my skin because Smashbox has a tendency to oxidize 1 to 2 shades deeper than your actual skin tone. So you will have to choose your shades wisely. Now coming back to the texture, the formulation is mind-blowing. I have used this back and forth and I love how how well it stays on my face. Even in dry days, even in winter days and humid days, it did a very good job, and it adds a lot of hydration and dewiness to the skin. So it is perfect for someone with normal to dry skin type, but I would say if you are oily skin type, it will be little too much for your skin. Though the formulation is absolutely lightweight, and it adds a good coverage when it comes to the skin tint, because skin tint generally gives you sheer to light coverage, but it has a light to medium buildable coverage, which I think is enough if you don't have too much of imperfections going on. And even if you do, you can spot conceal and use this, and you can call it a day, you guys. You will never go wrong when you have this in your life. Now coming to the high-end eyeshadow palette category, I would love to recommend the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette or the Empowered palette. If you like such pastely shades, then you can opt for this. The colors, though it look pastely light on the pan, but it adds a lot of pigment. It is packed with pigment. It is super blendable, soft, smooth, and the mattes as well as shimmers in this eyeshadow palette performs like magic, you guys. I forgot the word. So it performs like magic. I have lot of Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes because I feel their formulation is something next level, and when it comes to their shimmers, textured eyeshadow, they do a pretty good job in creating those. And the next and the last eyeshadow palette that I would love to recommend, if you love rosy tones, then this palette is ideal for you, and it's Sigma Cody Rosa eyeshadow palette. Just look at the packaging, oh my god. And also it comes with dual ended brush, so you get this one side eyeshadow brush, other side blending brush, and this is the shade. Though it looks lighter on the pan, but it has a lot of pigment. I've already done an in-depth review with eyeshadow look and everything. If you're interested, please head on to my channel, you guys. You'll find various of content which I feel will be helpful for you in near future. And this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palette from Sigma, and Sigma's eyeshadow formulation is next level. They might look very dull or light on the pan, but when you use your brush, when you use the right tool, it adds a lot of pigment. It adds a bunch of pigment. So yes, and the shimmers, oh my god, is to die for. So yeah guys, that was it for today's content. Hope you found my recommendations helpful. If you did, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell button. You can also follow me on my social handles, whose link I have mentioned it in the description box. Please come and say hi, and I will see you soon with my next one. Till then, bye bye, take care.